Let's talk about Amazon, the company that delivers everything from books to inflatable T-Rex costumes and has become a household name across the globe. For years, Amazon has been the backbone of online shopping, revolutionizing the way we buy, sell, and receive goods. Whether it's groceries, electronics, or last-minute gifts, Amazon has made convenience its brand. But now, in a move that has truly stunned the nation and sent shockwaves through the business world, Amazon just announced it's leaving the United States. This isn't just a rumor or a minor shift. This is a seismic change for the American economy and for millions of customers. The reason behind this unprecedented decision? New tariffs from the Trump administration have made it too expensive for Amazon to do business here. These tariffs have increased costs on everything from imported electronics to basic household goods, squeezing Amazon's margins and making their business model unsustainable in the US. Amazon's CEO, Andy Jassy, explained at a tense and emotional press conference that their global supply chain is now broken by these tariffs. He described how the company's ability to source products efficiently and affordably has been shattered, leaving them with no choice but to consider drastic action. Jassy said the company must move its headquarters abroad to survive in a global market, emphasizing that this was not a decision made lightly. The move is about survival, not strategy, and it's a last resort after exhausting all other options. Over the next 2 years, Amazon will begin the massive process of relocating its headquarters and operations, though they haven't revealed the destination yet. The logistics of moving such a giant company are staggering, involving thousands of employees, countless assets, and a complete overhaul of their infrastructure. Already, countries around the world are competing fiercely to become Amazon's new home, offering tax breaks, incentives, and promises of a business-friendly environment. The race is on to attract one of the world's most influential companies. Amazon has promised to minimize delivery disruptions for its customers, but uncertainty looms large. Employees, partners, and shoppers alike are left wondering what the future holds, and whether the Amazon experience will ever be the same. What will happen to Amazon's vast network of warehouses, its Whole Foods stores, and the thousands of jobs tied to its US operations? The fate of these assets and the people who depend on them is now up in the air. This isn't just a business move, it's a historic turning point. The departure of Amazon marks a new chapter in the story of American innovation and global commerce. No American tech giant has ever left the country over government policy. This is uncharted territory, and it raises questions about the future of US-based technology and entrepreneurship. It's a direct clash, a global company versus an America-first government. The world is watching as these two titans face off, each determined to shape the future on their own terms. This sets a powerful precedent for future business and political battles. Other companies are now questioning their own futures in the US, and governments everywhere are taking note. The shockwaves are already hitting Wall Street and Main Street alike. Investors are nervous, small businesses are anxious, and the entire economy is bracing for what comes next. The relationship between corporations and the nation is at a turning point, with both sides pulling in opposite directions. The outcome of this struggle could redefine the balance of power for years to come. The story is just beginning, and its impact will be felt everywhere, from the boardrooms of multinational corporations to the homes of everyday people around the world. Stay tuned, because the world is watching, and the next chapter is still unwritten. How did we get here? What chain of events led to this dramatic turning point in the world of business and trade? It all started with tariffs, those taxes placed on goods crossing borders. At first they seemed like just another policy tool, but they quickly became the spark that ignited a much larger conflict. The Trump administration imposed sweeping new taxes on imported goods, especially those coming from China, in an effort to protect American jobs and industries. The message was clear: put America first, even if it meant shaking up the global order. The idea was simple: make foreign products more expensive so Americans would buy local. But for companies like Amazon, whose entire business model relies on a vast, interconnected global supply chain, this was a major problem. Amazon thrives on offering customers affordable products from all over the world, delivered quickly and efficiently. Suddenly, tariffs made those products costlier, throwing Amazon's finely tuned system into chaos. The company warned that shoppers would soon pay more for everything from electronics to everyday essentials. Despite these warnings, the administration pressed on, determined to reshape the rules of trade. As more tariffs were added, Amazon found itself squeezed from both sides. They couldn't simply absorb the extra costs, nor could they raise prices without risking a mass exodus of customers. The pressure was relentless, and cracks began to show in their operations. The company faced a stark choice: stay and struggle under the weight of new tariffs, or move operations elsewhere to survive. It was a decision that would have far-reaching consequences, not just for Amazon but for the entire business landscape. This was more than just a business dilemma, it was a clash of ideologies. On one side, the government was determined to build economic walls and protect domestic industries. On the other, Amazon and other global companies pushed for open borders and free trade, believing that globalism was the path to prosperity. The standoff escalated, tensions mounted, and eventually, Amazon blinked. Their decision to leave the US market became the most significant fallout yet from this ongoing economic tug-of-war, sending shockwaves through the business world. It's a stark warning to other global companies. The rules of the game have changed, and the US is now a battleground where nationalist policies and global business interests collide. Companies everywhere are watching, wondering if they'll be next. Amazon's exit is more than just a business move. It's a dramatic symbol of this new era of conflict. The world is watching closely to see who will ultimately win this struggle. One thing is certain, the consequences are only just beginning to unfold, and the ripple effects will be felt for years to come. President Trump's reaction? Pure fury. The moment the news broke, his anger was unmistakable, his face tightened, his tone sharpened, and his words became even more forceful than usual. He immediately took to social media, unleashing a barrage of tweets aimed directly at Amazon. He called them traitors, accused them of turning their backs on American workers, and warned that their actions would not go unanswered. His posts quickly went viral, igniting a firestorm of debate online. At a fiery press conference, Trump doubled down. He insisted his tariffs were making America strong again, and he placed the blame for Amazon's decisions squarely on what he called the company's unchecked greed. He argued that Amazon's move was a slap in the face to the American people. He painted Amazon as a villain, claiming they'd exploited the US Postal Service for years, dodged taxes, and undermined small businesses across the country. According to Trump, Amazon's success had come at the expense of hardworking Americans. In response, Trump called for a national boycott. He urged Americans to cancel their Prime memberships, shop at local stores, and stand together in solidarity with American workers. He framed it as a patriotic duty, a way to send a message that the country would not tolerate corporate betrayal. The dispute quickly escalated into a full-blown culture war, Team America versus Team Amazon. It wasn't just about business anymore. It was about values, loyalty, and the future of the nation. Trump's supporters rallied behind him, waving flags and chanting slogans, convinced that Amazon had betrayed the country. Meanwhile, critics pointed fingers at Trump's own policies, arguing that his tariffs and rhetoric had created the crisis in the first place. The president's aggressive stance guaranteed that this story wouldn't fade quietly. News outlets across the country scrambled to cover every twist and turn, and the White House became a media circus. It's now a major political battle, energizing both sides of the aisle. Supporters and opponents alike are mobilizing, turning the dispute into a defining issue for the months ahead. The fallout is already loud, messy, and headline-grabbing. Stock markets are jittery, newsrooms are buzzing, and the story is dominating front pages everywhere. Trump's response has transformed what began as a business decision into a test of national loyalty and identity. The stakes have never felt higher. The lines are drawn, and the country is being forced to choose sides. Families, friends, and co-workers are debating where their loyalties lie. Amazon's move is no longer just about business, it's about who we are as a nation. For many, it's a question of economic survival and national pride. The president's words have poured gasoline on the fire, fueling protests, heated debates, and even clashes in the streets. The nation is on edge. The consequences will ripple through politics and business alike, affecting everything from congressional debates to boardroom decisions. One thing is clear, this is just the beginning of a much bigger fight, with the outcome set to shape America's future for years to come. Wall Street panicked the moment Amazon's announcement hit. The stock market plunged, with the Dow dropping hundreds of points in minutes. Amazon's stock lost over 15% in a single morning. The fear spread to other tech giants and retailers. If Amazon can leave, who's next? Investors hate uncertainty, and this move created a tidal wave of it. Economists scrambled to assess the damage. Amazon pays huge taxes and employs hundreds of thousands. Their exit leaves a gaping hole in the US economy. There's real fear of a domino effect. Other global companies might follow. The message to the world: America is now a risky place to do business. Other countries could retaliate with their own tariffs, escalating the trade war. The fight between Trump and Amazon is now a global issue. It threatens to disrupt international trade and raise prices everywhere. The market chaos is just the first sign of deeper trouble. The world is watching how America handles this crisis. The stakes are higher than ever for the US economy. The fallout could reshape global business for years to come. The shockwaves are only beginning. With Amazon leaving, the big question is, where next? Top contenders are business-friendly countries like Canada, Singapore, or Ireland, places with low taxes and open trade. It's like the HQ2 contest all over again, but now it's global. Countries will offer Amazon massive incentives, tax breaks, land, and more. The winner gets thousands of jobs and the prestige of hosting a tech giant. Amazon wants its new HQ to be a global innovation hub, closer to Europe and Asia. This move shields them from US political drama and tariff shocks. The world is watching Amazon's next move. It will reveal what matters most to global companies. The race is on, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Whoever wins will become a new center of tech power. The biggest losers? American workers. Amazon employs hundreds of thousands across the US, moving headquarters puts thousands of high-paying jobs at risk, especially in Seattle. Most staff, admin, marketing, tech, won't be relocated. Warehouse and delivery jobs nationwide now face an uncertain future. If the conflict escalates or boycotts grow, Amazon could shrink US operations, triggering mass layoffs. Small businesses that rely on Amazon's platform will also suffer: higher fees, shipping headaches, lost customers. The ripple effect could devastate countless entrepreneurs and families. This isn't just about a company moving, it's about real people losing livelihoods. The fight between a president and a CEO has human costs. Fear and instability now haunt millions of Americans tied to Amazon. The economic pain will be widespread and long-lasting. The human toll is enormous. Amazon's exit has rocked Washington. Politicians are split. Critics blame Trump's tariffs for killing jobs, while supporters call Amazon a traitor. The debate is now front and center for the next election. Some lawmakers are pushing for an exit tax to punish companies that leave. Expect a fierce fight in Congress over new laws and penalties. This crisis is also fueling calls for stricter big tech regulation. Lawmakers on both sides worry tech giants have too much power. Amazon's move could trigger a wave of new rules targeting the industry. The relationship between government and tech is being rewritten. This is more than a business story, it's a political earthquake. The aftershocks will reshape American law and business for years. The battle over big tech's power is just beginning. Amazon's departure is a wake-up call for the entire tech industry. Apple, Google, Microsoft all depend on global supply chains and talent. Now they're questioning if the US is still the best place to do business. If America seems unstable or hostile, tech giants may move operations abroad. This could end Silicon Valley's reign as the world's tech capital. The US risks losing its brightest minds and biggest ideas to other countries. The government and tech must find common ground or risk a permanent split. The future may see tech companies loyal to no nation, chasing the best business climate. Amazon's story could mark the turning point for American innovation. The battle between nationalism and globalism is now center stage. The outcome will decide if the US remains a tech leader or falls behind. The stakes for American innovation have never been higher. What now? The fallout from Amazon's exit is just beginning. The focus shifts to economic damage, job losses, market turmoil, and local impacts. The world waits to see where Amazon will land next and which country will claim the prize. In Washington, the political war is heating up. Expect new laws, fierce debates, and election battles. Will Congress punish companies that leave or rethink the tariffs that started it all? This is more than a corporate move, it's a national reckoning. America faces a crossroads: embrace global business or double down on protectionism. The answers will shape the country's future for decades. Amazon's departure is a defining moment in the story of American business. The road ahead is uncertain and the consequences will touch everyone.